I used to say, if you want to create a design, the first thing you need to take note of is the size of your design. What is the size? So over here we are designing a complementary card. And what is the dimension of a complementary card? You come to your property bar, click on this point. From this place you see business card. You select business card. So you can see the dimension here. On inches, you can see it 3.5 by 2.0. The next thing you do, double click on your rectangle tool. It brings up your rectangle. Press F4 to bring your work to screen. So at this point now, we have our rectangle. Just a very simple design, and we'll get out of here. The next thing I will do here, I want to give this color. Let me use black color for now. At this point, I have black color for my rectangle. If I want the black to be darker, I can double click on the fill color. Then increase all your colors to 100%. That is your CMYK. So the black will appear darker. Removing the outline, I right click on this point. Alright, I have my background ready. The next thing you bring in now is the write up. Let's say company name. Let me use my own company name as an example. First Light Productions. I have this here as my company name. Then let's say we have the slogan, creativity at its peak. The next thing I do is just to make sure I add a little creativity to it. Come in here now, draw a rectangle. I give this yellow color. Right click. At this point, looking at the yellow, if it is too light, you can still adjust the yellow. I hold control and I'm clicking on orange just to mix the yellow a little bit with the orange. Right click on it and power clip it inside. So we have this on our screen. The next thing now, I separate the text by breaking it using Ctrl K. Change case, bring it down to lowercase, or let's say sentence case. Like what I'm having here. I can adjust my font also. Let me use Franklin. Something tinier. So let's look at something like this at the base of my design. Then my company name, First Light Production. Let me see this. Adjusting this as well. If you are not okay with the font, you can use any font of your choice. But remember, when you are creating a complementary card, it is expected to be as simple as possible. Let me reduce this font size to something like 12 is okay. 12 is okay. Then this my rectangle, just adjust it a little. Give it a very dark black. Using my color eyedropper tool, I pick the tone of this yellow and drop it on the text. So I'm having my text already. I'm having my text already on the screen. The next thing we do now, we now bring in the company logo so that we put it at the top of the design. To do that, I will just import a logo. So at this point now, I am importing a logo that I use for my design. So here is the logo that I've imported. Looking at the logo, it came with some other information. I can use my shape tool to cut those places off. So to add effect to this my background color, instead of leaving it on solid black, I can decide to import an image. So I am importing this image right here. I power clip it inside the background. Then edit the power clip by double clicking on it. Stretch this out. Now, as I finish editing this point now, you will discover that the background I've taken over, that is the image, I've taken over the background. The point I'm trying to achieve here, I still want to maintain that black color, but with the effect of this background image. How do I do that? What I do is, let me edit the power clip, select the image. Using your transparency tool, I go to uniform transparency. The image becomes transparent. I can come over here to increase the transparency. Let's say I'm using 85. Okay, this is 86. Then right click on it, finish editing this level. So this is what I said here. I'm still maintaining the black color with the background image. If you are not still satisfied with this, you can still increase the transparency of the image. Just edit the power clip, select your transparency tool again, increase the transparency of the image. Let's use 90 now at this point and see what we have. So this at 90% transparent. So something like this can be good, but if not, it's all about what suits your eyes and what gives you the result you are trying to achieve. Let's move to the back page. What we do is, we are on page 1, you create another page by clicking on this plus. It takes you to page 2. Create your rectangle again. After creating your rectangle, the next thing we do now is bringing in the various elements and components of your design. At this point, let me just create a rectangle here. Using my rectangle tool, I'm drawing a rectangle. So I have 2 rectangles overlaid on each other. I will give the background rectangle the black color. Then I give the second rectangle white color. Remove the outline. Power clip it. Right click on it. Power clip inside. So I have the 2 rectangles over here at this point. The next thing we do now, we bring our text, bring other details. Create another rectangle. I'm giving this one also black color. So I'm having 2 rectangles here already. Power clip it inside. The question is, why do I always power clip my background content? So I discovered that it is much more comfortable for me to power clip my work than to leave everything just on the top layer. So that's why I am power clipping this now. I create another rectangle. All I'm just doing here is manipulating the tools. I give this one yellow at this point. Right click on this to remove the outline. That's at this point I want to put the name of the card holder. I'm just using this for an example. What I do now, Control K, I separate my text. I am the card holder. I put my name here with my office. My contact information will now be positioned at this other side. Email address, my Instagram handle, my YouTube handle, just for an example. Then at this point, I'm doing this because some clients will want you to put their pictures on their complimentary card. So at this point, I'm creating a space to position my own picture. You work with the brief that is given to you by your client. What I will do now, zoom this place in. So I have the phone number here. For the email, change it to lowercase. Instagram username to title case. Tarot case. So that's what I'm having here. I'm reducing the font size to 8. Why do I reduce the font size? When you are creating your design, you try as much to leave some spaces at the edge, so that by the time they want to trim the work after printing, you will have some spaces and they will not be cutting out the write-ups. Now I have my text. Just position it the way you want it to appear. So I have all this already. I've imported my icons. I'm not using Facebook on this tutorial, so what I'll do for my phone call, let me just reduce the icon a little, mirror it, shift it in, email, Instagram, and YouTube. For the YouTube, I can decide to quickly create that one here. This is my rectangle, red color, using my shape tool, shaping the edge, remove the outline. I come to my polygon tool, draw a polygon to 3 sides, rotate this, or just rotate at angle 90. It will rotate, mirror, giving this one a white color, then removing the outline, adjust the size a little, so I have my email icon. So I have the icon for my YouTube fully set to be used. I can decide to group it, or I use the shortcut Ctrl G to group, then position it as well. Zoom this place in so that you can see. Select, hold shift, select this one also E, just to centralize it vertically. Now at this point, I have this already on my screen. As a designer, let me just add some things here just to spice it up. So I have a rectangle here. Duplicate it. Make this one yellow color. Right clicking here, clicking to remove the outline. Alright. So what I'm trying to achieve here, just to spice this place up. Instead of leaving it blank, then I give the outer one a black color. Remove the outline. So this is what I'm having here now. I can decide to adjust the size a little. At this point, I have my complementary card fully ready to an extent. The question now is, what type of picture do you put on a complementary card? This is a complementary card. It is a corporate document. So you look for a very nice and corporate picture. If possible, you can advise your client, if he wants his picture on his complementary card, he can wear a suit, a shirt, just take a very nice suit and very matured. Probably a passport type that will show the 2 ears, then looking straight at the camera. At this point, I have one of my pictures already on the screen. Right click on the picture, power clip it inside the circle, like what I'm having here, then stretch it out. I have my picture here now as the card holder. Let me give it a white background color. Coming to this point, I want to increase the thickness of my outline. Just double click on this point, or you press F12 on your keyboard. After doing that, you can decide to increase the thickness of your outline, then send it to the back. Okay, I'm having this on my screen recently. Let me use this yellow color. Then my name. Give them color also. And then I have my name. Now the position. Executive Director. That should be smaller under the name. So I have this here, Festus A. Adelaja, Executive Director, on my screen. What do I do next is to look at my color choices. Then you begin to spice it up. So I have a background that I've imported. Select the background, power clip inside, edit your power clip. Here is the background. Stretch the background out to fill the canvas. Using your transparency tool, uniform transparency, increase the transparency, make it more transparent. As you can see it here, finish editing, right click, finish editing this level. So you can see, for example, like what you are having on the screen. We are still maintaining the color with our background effect. If the background is too obvious, you can still select it, increase it a little. Let's use this 96%. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, at this point I have successfully created a complementary card. Let me go to my page 1, bring out my front page, Ctrl A, I copied it, come to page 2, paste it, place the two directly beside each other. You can see my front page and my back page. So you can give this a trial, then send it back to me later for correction, or you create your design, send them to me.